We're back with our special guest, Thomas Caldwell. He is chairman of Caldwell Securities in Toronto. Tom, one of the topics we have talked about on this show in the past is emanating from the last federal budget, this idea of hiking taxes on capital gains. Still no bill before Parliament. I've just returned from Ottawa. There are different theories about what that means. Does it mean because the start date of all this is supposed to be the end of this month, in June rather. So does this mean that it's going to be postponed, or there's another theory that maybe this won't be happening? Have you been hearing anything about this inclusion rate for capital gains going up or not?
There's lots of rumors floating around, and I think all of us would like to think it's being shelved or postponed. It's very hard to tax plan. Here we are on the 5th, and we're really just trying to figure out what to do by the end in literally 20 days, less than 20 days. And these are major decisions, and you've accumulated capital gains. We have investments that have been in for 10 years, and we have significant capital gains, and all of a sudden, it's like a 30% increase in the taxes we're paying, and it's retroactive. So there are parts of it that are time constrained, parts of it that are quite unfair, parts of it that are retroactive, and politically it's not popular, despite the fact I can't figure out how the Prime Minister says this is for young people, increasing the taxes because it makes it more fair. I mean, I don't know what kind of chemical you have to be on to be able to make a statement to that and honestly believe it yourself. So and we haven't seen the bill. We don't know what the details of it are. So I can't play it. I can't invite clients are saying, should I sell stuff and pay the tax? Because that looks like a game to get people to pay their capital gains that have been accumulated over years so the government can get money. That looks pretty cynical. So I don't think anybody knows. We've had several meetings today trying to decide what to do, and we don't, because we don't know what the thing looks like. Now, remember, they did this with charities where if you donated stock, you didn't have to declare the income or the gains from it. And that just quietly has drifted away, as it should. So this thing actually should as well. And they probably, to be fair, even if they're going to continue it, they should have a start date. Gains accumulated before this are taxed at the old rate and since this, because they're reaching back, taxing me on things of 10 years ago when I made business decisions on the taxes of that day. So there should be a start date, but it is very confused. I would just hope that confusion results in a delay so adults can come and take a look at this and say, how do we craft this so it's reasonable, it's fair, or should we just junk it, which I think is probably a good idea. Because as you know, right after they announced it, they said, how are we going to get more people to invest in Canada? I mean, it's one is the antithesis of the other. Strange.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it is a very odd situation, and I don't know what their plan is, Tom, but all I can tell you as a former parliamentarian is even if they introduce the bill, this week or next week, it will not pass Parliament by the time the House rises for the summer. So I think that part is pretty clear to me now. But
what does that mean, Tony? Does that mean it doesn't take effect?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does it mean it doesn't take effect?
It's passed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they enforce it without a bill that has passed the House of Commons and then has to be debated all over again in the Canadian Senate. Let's not forget about that. So it's not one-stop shopping here. There's two whole procedures that have to take place. That's going to take months. I don't see it happening anytime soon. That's personal.
You as a retired parliamentarian, it sounds like a rehab situation. So
yeah,
exactly. What is your best guess? Is your best guess that it gets pushed out into the future, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think that they push it out. They'll have some sort of announcement saying it will not take effect at the end of June, and that they hope to pass a legislation in the fall, something like that. So, and then they still are at the mercy of two houses of Parliament. I think politically, they thought they were going to get a big boost by doing this, that this was part of their political resurrection for the Liberal Party of Canada. And when that didn't happen because the reaction was so strong and it was weak where they thought it was going to be strong amongst young people, young people either don't believe the government or don't think that this is going to be helpful. The combination of those things did not make it the big boost that they thought it was going to do on the political side of things. So now they're stuck with a policy that they thought was a winner that is not so much a winner, and so maybe they are taking another look at it. Having said all that, we're going to take another brief break. We'll be back with our guests. Please stay with us.